Right, today on Wedding Bells Unveiled, we thought we would talk about funny things that have happened to us in the boutique. We want you to know that we are just real people. It is not your average boutique, and no doubt you will experience some sort of like a funny situation with us when we were in here. And I thought, who better to ask than our beautiful bride Leanne to share with you one of her like funniest memories that she has in the boutique with us.
Yeah, so you're thinking of the time where Claire and Darcy texted me and said, "Oh, Leanne, we've got a new collection. Will you come and do some pictures for our website?" When I got in there was a Grinch costume waiting for me. Darcy's showing about 100 different TikToks that she wants me to do. I was climbing up the stairs. I was standing on the tables. And that was not what I was expecting. But I cannot wait to get that Grinch costume on again this year. Like, that was my alter ego.
And you know, it was so funny. I'll never forget you like dancing on top of my desk. With the Christmas carols going on in the background.
Yeah, and people walking past the shop thinking, what on earth is going on in there? Or the times where Darcy will film me from standing outside and you've got vans coming past and they're all looking at me like, what is she doing?
The amount of times we'll be filming outside the shop and the vans are beeping at you.
Yeah. I'm just like, hi.
I would definitely say as well, like we've had some funny experiences, like obviously with yourself doing videos. I mean, most of the time we are just laughing. It takes a good hour out of our like edited time, so it's just laughing at ourselves. But also we do have funny experiences with the brides. We have a certain bride, and I know she would love for this story to be on here. She's one of my favourite brides of all time. And when we'd met this bride so many times, and she'd been into the boutique with us maybe like 4 or 5 times before her dress had arrived, just trying it back on again, absolutely loving it. She'd already ordered it the first time, but constantly wanted to try it on because she was absolutely in love, like yourself. Like. And on the final appointment, when it was going into the scene, she said, we were like, okay, like, you know, take your bra off, get into the changing room like we normally do. And when I was helping her into her dress, now just for some context, this bride had overly big bust. She was like maybe like a triple G, like absolutely huge. And she was like, oh, Darcy, do you know what? I'm a little bit tired. Do you mind if I just let go? I was like, go on then. I was like, just let go. Did not for a second think that she was going to be resting it on my head. So whilst I'm on my knees putting her in the dress, I just like got a massive like knock on the head, and her boob was just like rested on my head as I'm like pulling up her dress, and I was laughing so much. I can't even tell you how funny it was. Everybody on the other side of the changing room was like, what is going on? I was like, can everybody just please give me a minute, because I just need a minute to collect my thoughts, because I've just really been knocked out. It was so funny, honestly. And even she was laughing about it. My mum was laughing about it. The seamstress, everybody, you know, it was one of like the funniest times in the store. And we absolutely loved this bride, and she was so cool. She had like the coolest like little jacket on her wedding day with like a married names on. They had like crazy golf, space hoppers. So, you know, she was wild. She was absolutely amazing. So, Leanne, do you have any other funny stories?
One thing I can say is if Claire and Darcy ask you to do any sort of photos for them, make sure when the postman knocks on the door that you don't just appear naked and just stand having a stare off with the postman, because that's exactly what I did. Darcy was at the front and I was in the back getting changed, and for some reason I thought it was my house, and when the postman knocked on, I just come out of nowhere and I was just stood naked staring the postman in the face. So bear that in mind, guys. Stay behind those curtains.
Just for context, there are curtains in place so this doesn't happen, but Leanne just completely...
I'm just nosy.
Oh, I would also say as well, whilst we were renovating, I could go on and on about the amount of funny things that had happened in store. When we were renovating in the shop, we had an older door in the store. You really had to pull to open it, right? And there was a piece of cladding on the other side, which we were putting on the roof. And as I opened the door, I really pulled it, and this piece of cladding got trapped, and my head was stuck inside the door, and it was like a ping pong ball. It was just going side to side, and I couldn't get out because it was really rattling. My mum's like stood on a chair changing a light bulb. She can't get off the chair because she's laughing so hard. Like if she comes off the chair, she's going to fall. So she couldn't collect her thoughts. I'm there with my head stuck. I've got 2 cuts on both sides of my forehead, just from my head like being rebounded. And honestly, like it was so funny. But I just didn't know what was going on. After I was dead shocked, I was like, what's just happened? Because I don't know what's just happened to me.
I feel like nothing is normal in that shop. Once you go in, that's it, crazy time.
Honestly, we're all here for the laughs. And definitely one of my favourite stories as well is one of our like builders that works in the shop, Adam. He was absolutely amazing. And one time he'd come in midway during an appointment and he got and sat in the kitchen and he's just sitting on a tin of paint in the kitchen having a cup of tea. And now my mum knew that I'm a very jumpy person anyway. And she was like, okay, Darcy, just go in the kitchen, make me a glass of juice. But for some reason she was following me. I was like, okay, like something obviously very weird is going on here. So after the bride had left, I went in to make like a drink of juice and I opened the door and I was looking like straight ahead, but Adam was like below. So I couldn't quite see what it was, but I like screamed, ran, and as you know, like where our bathroom and kitchen are, there's like a wall like directly there. So as I turned around, I ran straight into the wall and got stuck rebounded because I thought there was like a small dog or something on the floor. But it was just Adam and he was just there like, why are you running away? And I was so terrified because it make me absolutely jumped out of my skin because I couldn't quite see what was there. And it was just like in a black hoodie and like worker trousers. And I was so scared.
Sort of gremlin in the
kitchen. So those are definitely like some of our best memories in the store. And do you know what? I know there's so many more to come and I can't wait to experience them with you.
100%. I cannot wait.